Escape from Brooklyn. This is episode 4. I'm Brooklyn's own Toddy D, and with me, as always, is my main man, DieHard Derek, my brother from another mother. How you doing, bro? What's been going on?
Oh man, what's been going on? I've been dealing with this hurricane down here in Tampa, Florida. It's just been, you have no idea. It's they built it up for so long. It's like they were scamming people. Like the people in the hurricane business were trying to get people to go and stock up on water and all this other shit and just food and canned goods. And they're like, oh, make sure you do this. And then the insurance company's calling you about, hey, do you have storm coverage? You have hurricane coverage, garage door. Like everybody starts fucking calling you. And I'm like, ugh. And then what happens?
Commissions.
Right. Then they're like, this is our time of the year. Disaster strikes. We get to sell our shit now. And so I go, I get my shit. I start preparing for this hurricane. And the news is like, it's going to hit Tampa dead on. And where I'm at in Tampa, I had a storm be there. They say that's the safest place to be, but that's the middle of the storm. So at some time it's got to pass through and I won't be in the middle for that long. I'm going to get fucked up a little bit. So I start stocking up on my shit. I'm building a pool in the back. So there's construction going on. And I'm thinking in my head, I had to take down half of my vinyl fence so that way the bulldozers and shit can come in. I'm like, if this fucking hurricane hits, there goes my fence all over the neighborhood.
There goes all the work.
Right, all the work, all my money. Fuck the work. It's like my fence. I gotta go buy another one now. So I'm going back there and I'm taking like these pavers, these brick pavers. I'm putting it on the grill, on the table, on the patio furniture. And I'm thinking about, oh man, is this thing gonna be bad? I don't want my whole house, my whole backyard around the neighborhood. Fucking day of the storm. I'm sleeping with one eye open, like I'm in jail, just in case, because now they're saying there's gonna be a tornado warning. Nothing ever fucking happens. We get some rain. It's like being in a car wash. It's like if somebody said, I'm gonna come fuck up your house, and you wake up the next morning and they kicked over your patio furniture and peed on your deck. I'm like, that was it. I'm like, this was Elsa. Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with.
Well, that's the ultimate job, being a weather, forecaster. You get paid to be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not taking anything away from them. Those guys know the science. I see their little models and shit, and I see what they're doing and how they're predicting with the satellites. I couldn't do that shit. I'm like, oh, it looks cloudy out. I guess it's gonna rain. I know somebody who actually went out on a date with a newscaster, with a meteorologist, and she says, hey, so where'd you get that information from when you're on TV? Do you watch other channels? I'm like, what the?
You Google it?
Like, no, idiot. I'm a fucking meteorologist. I'm the one who gives the information. I read the satellites. I take nothing away from it, but you're right. Not everybody reads the satellite the same way. It's very subjective. One guy might have seen it bouncing off of Cuba. Over here, like, yo, we're going to wipe out the keys of Miami. This one's like, we're just going to skirt around Tampa and then go to Tallahassee. I'm like, yo, dude, let me know what the fuck is going on so I can prepare over here.
Exactly. Give me some kind of heads up. I mean, it's just, I'm glad, all joking aside, that you and your family are safe.
Yeah.
To those who have been watching Escape from Brooklyn, we're a couple of days behind due to the bad weather, but hopefully it's passed and it's not as bad as they said it was. Mm-hmm. I'm happy you're okay.
Thank you.
And it sounds like your T-shirt, everything wound up absolutely perfect. Sorry, cheap pop, how to say it. How to go there.
I guarantee you that under that very stellar, manly, studly Hawaiian shirt that you're rocking right now, I guarantee you that black shirt underneath is wrestling related.
Without a doubt.
Of course, I knew it.
Who are you rocking over there? But I'm rocking the Hawaiian shirt, motorcycles.
Looking like fucking Don Muraco.
10 years ago. I love it, bro. I figured I'd surprise you and our future or current viewers, like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? What does he think? He's Tom Selleck or some shit? But whatever, I got some mustache I get to go to.
The best is you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt with the New York City background behind you, like if you're fucking skinny dipping in the Hudson River over there. Like,
exactly. Shows you how fried I am.
Take some sun over here. I'm gonna burn myself with pollution.
Well, I got some sun over the weekend. We have our pool, one of the amenities where I live. And, I love it. And speaking of the pool, bro, it never fails. They open at 11 o'clock in the morning. We get there early because Casper here needs a canopy so I don't get burnt to death.
Is it public pool?
There's very limited canopies, huh?
Is it public pool?
Yeah, it's for the community only. And if I have a guest, it's like $10, whatever
where
it is.
you live, though. It's not like
where I live. It's private.
Okay, not like in Queens where like
no.
everybody comes in.
Right.
Okay,
no,
so
it's private. We have pools. We got the handball courts, tennis courts,
Ooh,
park. It's really nice.
that's cool.
You know, I usually never use any of the amenities, but the pool I love.
All right.
So we go there. We get there about a half hour early. We're the first two in line. So I ran to the back, set up camp at the canopy, and we got the two beach chairs in front where the sun is. My wife will stay there all day long. I go back and forth because I'll get burnt to a crisp. So I'm looking at the pool. Now you have all the sun chairs on one side where we are, and then across from the pool, you have all the other beach chairs and canopies. So it's pretty empty, and it's starting to fill little by little. And now people are kind of still keeping their distance, you know, because of COVID, which is, you know, the right thing to do. But there's always that one jerk off that has to fucking sit right on top of you. And I told my wife, I said, I guarantee it because it's me that someone will sit, maybe not in the chair next to me, but the next one over minimum. Sure enough, this elderly woman. Now, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to discriminate on the ladies, but if you're old and you got a basketball for a belly, you shouldn't be wearing a two-piece bikini, bro. I'm sorry. There's got to be stipulations. They should have a fucking mirror, a full-fledged mirror in their house to see what they're wearing before
carnival
they go out.
mirrors. They all stretched out.
Horrible. So this fucking big bubble lot, she walks past and she's looking around. I'm saying to myself, she's gonna fucking sit next to me. I know it. I feel it. So she sits in the chair, not right next to me, but the one right over, like I said. Now she's all like this, laid out like a beach whale. Bro, her belly was bigger than King Kong Bundy's. And she's wearing a fucking two-piece. And she's got to be in a fucking like late 60s, maybe even early 70s. I'm like, I want to just like throw up. I almost threw up in my mouth, I think, even a little bit, I think I did, because it was, and I looked at my wife and I'm saying this to her. She's like, you got to stop. You're terrible. I said, but look at this shit. Get a mirror. I mean, it's horrible. Holy shit. And then I said to myself, man, I would pay good money to watch her do a belly whopper into the pool. But obviously that didn't happen.
Dude, maybe she was attracted to that Hawaiian shirt. She saw you. She goes, God damn.
No, there was no Hawaiian shirt that day, brother.
You got the cool Sam Elliott mustache growing out. She goes, this guy.
Ray likes Sam Elliott.
He's bringing me back to my prime. Let me go snuggle up next to him. He won't mind.
Oh, God, man. Please don't. Just the thought of that makes me want to cringe and throw up again. But it was horrible, man.
I don't know, man. You know, sounds like you're a fucking whale magnet.
I don't know, man, because she was, thank God she didn't stay for long, because it's like a deterrent, you know. I'm trying to enjoy myself, and it's something like you want to look away, but you can't. It's like, oh my God, look at the size of that fucking LeBons. Holy shit. Huge.
You're like, hey, I
had its own zip
lady
code
over here. Back it up, lady. Back, come on.
Yeah.
Give me some space.
No, bro. If she would have gotten on the scale, it would have said to be continued. Let me tell you. she was fucking huge, dude. But you know, that was during the 4th of July. You know, we spoke, the last time was before the 4th of July. So before I get into, you know, Oh yeah,
I got all my fingers. Yeah, I didn't lose any. I'm good.
No, me either. No nubs. Got the fingers. But before I get into mine, how was your 4th, man?
I mean, I'm not a big 4th of July guy. Fireworks, right. Ooh, okay. I don't give a shit about it. To me, it was just an extended weekend. So I just did regular what I would do on the weekend shit. Like, I didn't go to any barbecues. I didn't, somebody down the block was like, I got fireworks. I'm supposed to stand around and watch you light fucking fireworks. And okay, yay. No, I'm good. I got other shit that I can completely do. What's this? All fucking night. Oh, it's green. Oh, look at that one. Oh, that was nice. For real? Yeah. Why? What am I? So my wife wanted to do that. So I go, I look, I'm like, all right, I'm going back in the house. I'm going to watch a movie. Next fucking day, I'm like, everybody's worn out from the barbecue. I took my first COVID step and I'm like, I've done everything right. I followed the rules. I'm vaccinated. I never caught COVID. I never got sick. I sanitized. I did everything right. And I'm watching everybody else live their life. Now, one thing that I absolutely fucking love is the movies. That's my mistress. I'm addicted to fucking movies. But right. I haven't been to a movie in 18 months into a movie theater. I made a fucking movie theater in my house, and I kind of like it better than going to the movies because I don't like people.
I don't blame you. Me either.
I fucking can't stand it. So I like going to movies at off hours when nobody's there. I'll go first thing in the morning. I'll go late at whatever, just to avoid fucking people. I don't have to go opening night. I'll go 2 days later while you're working and you're eating family dinner. I'm going to the fucking movies.
Right.
Empty. So we go to the movie. for the first time, and I'm getting like excited. I feel like a kid, like, holy shit, I haven't been here in so long. And I go and I sit down, but still COVID conscious though. I'm looking around.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm looking at the parking lot. I'm like, nobody's here today. Perfect day. Not a lot of cars. I go inside. First one in. Dude, it's the first showing, and I'm the first one in the theater. You know how you know? Because you walk into a theater and it's dim, like they've already dimmed the lights. This shit was bright spotlights on. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen a theater in full lights. I fucking go in. They dim the lights. Like, oh, people are here, dim the lights. Me and Lori sit down. We get the best seats in the house, front row, not front row, but like, when they start going stadium seating, the center, boom, I'm there. Two motherfuckers that come in next. They want the next best seats. They sit right behind me, asshole. I'm trying to social distance here. What you have every other fucking seat in the house.
You got the whole selection, and you got to be behind me.
You want to sit right behind me. I'm like, yo, dude, I was fucking hot. And I'm like, all right, now if I get up and move, that causes confrontation.
Right.
So I did the next best thing. I made believe like I had something, like I had COVID, and I was
that's it. Hack up a lung, bro. That's it. See how fast, like, oh shit.
They're like, you know what? Maybe I need to move to another seat.
Yeah, I think we chose the wrong seats. But you have people sitting behind you in the fucking theater, and those are the ones that are going to talk back to the screen.
Yep.
That's right. You know it. That's right. You tell them. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to, I don't need your commentary. But that's the people that always get behind me are the ones that talk back to the screen
all the time.
Yeah,
all the fucking time, and they're talking about nonsense, and then they're kicking my chair, and dude, I'm just burning up because I'm like, yo, if this place held 300 people, there's 298 other fucking chairs you could do. It's just us and you.
Do the math and move
somewhere else. Like, go 2 rows up, even better fucking like line of view. Why the right fucking behind me? Oh, dude, I hate people.
So do I, man. And when this whole COVID thing with they saying, you have to practice social distancing. One day I turned around, I said to the person at the store, I said, that's not a problem. I've been practicing social distancing since the 70s. Mm-hmm. I can't be bothered with anybody. So don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Just keep everybody else away from me. Create the fucking 6-foot wall, the barriers, the bubble, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Dude,
man, that's crazy.
You know what else happened this weekend? I don't even know how I forgot this. I've got a new dog, right? The little, I found out in the x-rays that he's a pit terrier mix. Notice I said x-rays.
He's got pit in him, the little shit?
Well, yeah, I thought he was full pit, but then he looks like fucking Scrappy Doo. And I'm just like, he can't be fully, what's going on here? When they did the x-ray, they were like, oh, he's a pit terrier. And we're like, for real? So he's going to stay small. So I got Scooby and Scrappy. It's fucking great.
That's crazy. I'm trying to picture a pit and a terrier get it on. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. He's aggressive like a pit, but he's like a Chihuahua on steroids. Put it that way.
Wow.
It's cute to look at. But
Napoleon complex with an attitude.
Yeah. And the other one is brindle color. Not brindle. He's just brown. He's like a golden lab color. This one is like black and white. And I look at him, and sometimes he gets aggressive, and I'm like, "Is that because you're mixed race and you don't know which side
right,
you're struggling with your identity crisis right now?" Because he's mostly black. He's like, "What you say, mother? You say next I'm black? What, motherfucker?" I'm like, "Yo, dog, calm down."
That's when the attitude kicks in.
Yeah,
that's too funny. Let me ask you something now. During the 4th of July, before, during, and even after, I got people that they're probably going to shoot fireworks up to like October, November over here because there's no cops. We won't get into the defunding the police, but people are starting to get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Now, when these fireworks go off, my dogs, they cry, they hide, they shake. I mean, one has such bad anxiety. The girl dog, I think she's gonna have a heart attack.
Oh shit.
Do your dogs do that too, or are they good?
I haven't noticed it. And I mean, listen, if M80 goes off in front of my house, I'm gonna jump. So I can imagine the dog not knowing what the fuck that is. Like, fireworks, what's that?
Right.
But not like crazy. And here's the other thing: my dogs sleep in my son's room. So when they're in Nico's room, and he's playing Call of Duty till like 4 o'clock in the morning. So they're probably used to hearing flashbangs and M60s going off at all times of night. They're just like, oh, they took the party outside. Okay, cool. I like it.
I guess I got to play some Call of Duty then, because my dogs, they head for the hills. On the 4th of July, we were across the street at my buddy's house. And, we're just hanging out in the backyard drinking. So my wife came over. It was me, my buddy at his place, and the guy next door. The three of us are hanging out. And she's like, I'll come back out later, when there's more people, meaning when there's women around. So she said, I'll come back. I'm going to watch the dogs, make sure they're okay. Right. So we're sitting there drinking, having a good time. So now the guy who's at my friend's house, he lives next door. And he said, listen, I have some company next door, but you guys are welcome to come over. So I'm like, all right. So we go next door, and he's got a dartboard in his basement. Now, I suck at darts. I can hit the sign that holds up the dartboard. I'm not a dart guy, but I know the game, because back in the day, I'd be at the bar shooting pool, drinking beers while my friends played. So I know all the fundamentals, but I'm no, Todd dart player.
Right.
So now my buddy's, girlfriend says, listen, we'll be teammates. We'll play against, my next door neighbor and one of her friends, this other dude. And this other dude, he was like Mr. Darts, like, I play in a league. I do this, I do that. Says, don't worry about it. League. Yeah. So he's on a dart league.
Who the fuck? Where do you find a dart league?
In the 90s, my friends were on the dart league in the bars. So I used to go watch them play and drink, because I wasn't playing no fucking dart league.
They all
I know how to play
matching from fucking leather vests. They start fucking
no dart player here.
They hold little like bowling balls, but they're only doing curls in their wrists. They gotta get the perfect dart.
Gotta get that arm straight, right in the camera. Ready?
That little fucking that wood case. Right there. With the custom-made darts that are aerodynamically fucking precision.
Yeah, I got my case. I got them all set up. Well, long story short, they asked me to play, and I said, all right, I'm going to be a handicap for this team because I suck.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask me what happened. Not only did I play well, but my team won, and we pointed the shit out of the other team.
Wait, you beat Mr. Darts?
At me, he's like, oh, come on, man, you're a ringer. I said, bro, I don't play darts. It was pure luck. So, now the problem was I was invited over my other neighbor's house next door.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, if I get invited to go somewhere, I have to bring something. I can't hang out at someone's house and not show up.
They talk about you when you leave.
Correct. So you got to do the right thing. You know what I mean? You don't be like that fucking cheap bastard. He comes over and fucking eats all the hot dogs.
The last time I bring him,
doesn't bring over a goddamn cake. What the fuck?
I'm over here slaving, over here cooking everything. That motherfucker couldn't even bring over a loaf of bread. Fuck you.
Exactly. He fucking comes over here with his fucking appetite. That's all he brought. So I told him, I said, yeah, but my buddy where I was invited at his house, it got dark. He goes, listen, we'll go out front. My kids are gonna light some fireworks. I'll hang out, whatever. I was like, yeah, we'll bullshit, whatever. So now we're hanging out there, and now we're starving. And the thing is, the guy next door offered, us food at the barbecue, but I didn't get invited there initially, so I didn't bring anything. So we wound up calling one of those fucking places. What's it called? I don't know, those delivery places that brings like they can bring all different establishments, food.
Oh, over. like a Uber Eats kind of deal or DoorDash.
Yeah, like something like that. So we go to this diner.
Dude, that's a great idea. That's a fucking great idea, because if you ever walk in empty-handed, you're like, I
it's on the
do
way.
A head count. What do you guys like? Okay, I want to make sure I ordered enough. We're like, whoo, gotta wait with that one.
Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, I planned it that way. Don't worry about the Venmo. It's my treat.
I didn't want to order until I got it. I didn't want it to get cold.
Exactly. So we wound up calling a fucking diner because we were starving, and we got the fucking diner burgers and fries, and we're like wolfing it down by the house.
Just for
you.
You
didn't want him to come.
You didn't order for anybody else.
So no, we ordered.
You didn't bring anything to this barbecue.
No, my wife and I, my buddy and his wife, the four of us, we ordered because they got a barbecue next door, and we weren't technically invited there.
You invited yourself.
If we wanted something, we were like, "No, we're good, but we were starving.
Right.
So we went back to the other house.
You're waving like, come on, it's all right.
I'm by the porch like this.
You know you didn't bring anything.
Fucking shoving food down like a fat fuck, But now the thing is, my wife and I got to be a fucking tag team because we got to take turns watching the dogs because of the fireworks.
Uh-huh.
Bro, I go into the house. They always cry and bark when I walk in because they're happy to see me, which is cool.
The dogs or the wives?
Huh?
The dog.
What?
You were like, they always bark when I walk in the house. I'm like, wait, the dogs or the wives? I'm lost.
Well, both. He's here. No. So I got fucking clawed by the dogs. because they were so nervous. They're fucking clawing the shit out of my fucking calves because they're little shit kickers, you know? And I go to the kitchen to get us something. I go back, I go here, I go there. Bro, they were following me like lost puppies, literally like lost puppies because they were so scared. So now I'm sitting on the floor with these two dogs and everybody's having a good time outside. So fucking, Pooch Daddy here. I'm fucking hanging out with the dogs. And, I'm there for like fucking, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. And I'm like, guys, I have a life. I got to get back across the street. My friends are waiting. My wife is there. And they're looking at me like, yo, motherfucker, don't be leaving us like this, man. This is all bad. And as I'm leaving, a fucking M80 goes off. And like the girl dog, she's like, oh, no, you're not. And she fucking bear hugged my ankles like, you're not. And I'm like, I got to like almost drag. I'm like, I got to go. And they're like, oh, come back here, motherfucker. Eyes popping out of their heads. I'm like, oh, Christ. What are you going to do? But that's how it is, man. I mean, you're lucky your dogs aren't like that, bro.
No, man. But like I said, it's because they listen to Call of Duty all night long, every fucking night. You walk up to your dogs tonight, like, hey, you, come here. You're drafted. You start some boot camp tomorrow. Go to bed.
Come up on a sneak attack, right?
Yeah. They're like, boot camp. What the fuck? Tomorrow morning, you wake up with a pots and pan. Ding,
boom.
Ding, ding. Get the fuck up, dog. Come on. You gonna get ready for next 4th of July. Ding, ding.
Fucking dog be like this. You missed me, bitch. that would be my luck, man.
July 3rd next year, they'll be dodging shit like the Matrix.
Exactly. Doing like that whole fucking what's his name? Keanu Reeves, like bending backwards and shit.
Oh, dude, I didn't get to tell you, my fucking dog ended up eating these big pieces of rubber toy. The bigger dog breaks off. We buy him toys. He destroys that shit. Left it on the floor. The little one went, swallowed 3 pieces. He had a blockage. He was throwing up everything, couldn't pass.
Oh, shit.
They did the x-rays. They're like, yeah, he's got something stuck in there. When they look fucking closer, like, we're going to have to open him up. And I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, oh, man, what's this going to cost us? Because it's either that or put him down. I'm like, how much do you love him? You've only had him for how many months? My wife is like, fucking stop it. Stop. No, we got to save him. I'm like,
yeah, that's my wife. I just spent a lot of money too on one of my dogs. I know what it's like.
$2,000. I was bracing for more. I was bracing for like $6,000 to $8,000 because they were like, he's a baby. He's only 7 months old. So they got to open him up, open the intestines, but in 3 different places to manually put the thing out because it was too big for his organs to pass.
Oof.
So I'm like, do they charge per incision or is this just like a flat rate for everything that they're doing?
A flat group rate?
Right. Yeah. I'm like, how are we doing this? Can we leave? Is there anywhere that the fucking blockage, like it can pass, maybe liquids only, he becomes vegan? What do I do here to save money?
Right. Customer suppository, I save a couple of $1,000, Fuck.
Dude, but luckily it only came out to $2,000. Like I got $2,000 just to fucking throw away. But I mean,
I got $1,000 and you sucked the blow.
Oh, dude, I had to go take out a fucking 401k loan from my thing because I was expecting like a $8,000 bill because they were operating the dog, and I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, man. So that was my 4th of July. That's what I'm dealing with.
Talk about ending with a bang.
Yeah, right.
No pun intended. But yeah, our plans changed a little bit, but we had a good time and a couple of laughs. Like my buddy across the street, him and I always, have a couple of beers, we laugh, and it was cool. But it's funny now, I got to get your opinion on this one. Not that neighbor, but my neighbor on the other side, from my backyard to his backyard. Him, his wife, and his kids, they went away for 3 days. They went camping, right? This is just the other day. So his wife had someone already hooked up to watch the house, bring in the mail. And they have birds that they have to be fed and, the water has to be changed. So she calls my wife as they're leaving saying, listen, I'm in a bind. Would you mind helping us? She's like, yeah, no problem. So I told my wife, listen, I've had birds before. I'll take care of the birds. You just take care of the mail, whatever, do we have to do.
Wait, she called your wife for help. And you're offering to help your wife. Your wife, they didn't come to you. They didn't come to Toddy D. Like, hey, Toddy D.
No.
Birds?
But I knew for a fact that my wife was not going to take care of birds. She would have a fucking heart attack.
Right. Okay.
So God willing, one of those birds gets out, they fly around. She'd be like, running for cover and shit. And she's got long, beautiful hair. So they'll be like, oh, look at that nest. Let's go fucking park over there for a while.
Steph is at the door like, hey, whoa, before you go in the house.
Exactly.
There's a bird on the loose.
That's a tall, beautiful nest. So I'm going to land that motherfucker.
Put your hair up and put like a towel or a net on it.
Exactly. So Now, here's the thing. The only problem I have, well, not even a problem, it's always a concern and a worry. And let me see where you stand with this. They have 4 parakeets in one cage, and there's 3 finches, I think, on the top cage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where are you on watching the pets for the neighbors while they're away? God forbid if something happens to the pets while you're, on duty to be watching these fucking animals. God forbid something happens. Do you want to be responsible for that? Or if someone asks you to watch the house, like, where do you stand in that kind of situation?
Yeah, man, I'd come up with I would always come up with the best lie possible. I don't want that kind of responsibility. I don't first of all, I wouldn't watch anybody else's kids for a number of reasons. The reason number 1, I don't need those little motherfuckers who are like, I think he touched me. I'm like, no, I fucking didn't. You better
exactly.
No, yeah, get the fuck away from me.
No,
I don't fuck
kids.
around. Yeah, I'm not watching kids.
He looked at me in an impure manner.
Dude, pets, I don't know. Like, if it's my neighbor, and then now I got that on my conscience, if there's living creatures in that house, maybe they're not eating, or they ate everything in the morning and they haven't, gone outside. Maybe they're tearing up the fucking furniture. I don't want to be responsible for that. They come back like,
I checked like 10 times before I left that the cages were locked, because I'm like, my fucking luck, it gets loose and then something happens. You don't want to be responsible, but they're good friends of ours. And, I figure, no problem. But like on a regular, if I had like a heads up, I probably would have came up with an excuse. I got that thing that I got to do, come up with some kind of bullshit. But
let me ask you a question. So technically you have access to their house to go feed the parrots and whatever else you got to do, right? So you have access to their house.
Yeah, she gave me the one key for the main lock, and I just bring the mail in and take care of the birds. I did it for the first time yesterday.
Did you and your wife ever consider having sex in their living room?
No.
Dude, come on.
Absolutely
so every time you go over, you look at your wife, you're like, yo, you know what we did here, right?
No, not over there for various reasons that I won't get into. But as we mentioned on prior podcasts, there's cameras everywhere today.
Yeah,
you don't know what you should say, whether you're inside or outside. But first of all, I am not the one to fornicate in someone's house. Fuck that. No way, dude.
You do it like on their dining room table, and the next time you go over, like, hey, come over for dinner. Like, I think I already ate on your table.
Just as long as I don't sit over there, and over there with the mirrors on. Other than that, I'm good. It's okay. I'll pass the Dina, man. It's only like 2 seconds
away.
Look
at that, like, you wiped your dick on those cushions.
No, I wouldn't want to put any part of me on any of those cushions, but that's just, that's just me. But we won't go there. Let me just
say for the record, me and my wife would do that. Don't have me come watch your house.
Thank God I'm in New York and you're in Florida. That's all I'm gonna say. And thanks for the heads up. I wonder if they did it over there. Well, we'll break in that bad boy. Todd, how's that Bowflex working out for you? I said, the seat was a little sticky the other day. I wonder why. But that's all right, bro. You stay where you're at, and I'll get a stranger to watch the house first, I guess. You two group things can stay in Florida. Fuck that.
I come to your house and I'm like, Todd, I didn't know you were Dominican, and all the fucking the furniture has plastic wrap all over it. I'm like, what the fuck?
And I got the Marie Barone plastic wrap like everybody loves Raymond, So your ass sticks in the fucking summer and you fucking freeze in the winter. Yo, man, everybody's grandparents had that fucking furniture.
Oh, dude, I had it. My parents had that shit.
My grandparents had that shit.
Oh my God. I remember falling asleep and having my face stuck to the fucking plastic. I'm peeling that shit off like silly putty. When you take silly putty on a newspaper, you're like, what the fuck?
Exactly. And that was no Italian thing. That generation, whether you're Spanish, Italian, whatever the fuck you were, most families had that plastic shit.
Hell yeah, man.
You don't want to ruin. Meanwhile, the fucking couch was ugly as sin. If you would have spilled fruit punch on the couch without the cover, it would have made an improvement.
Yeah.
Those couches, like the ones that were white and green with the green designs, they look like fucking amoeba, like some kind of fungus just landed on the couch and spread around the whole thing with spirals. It was ugly.
my parents had something like that, but it wasn't the pattern. It was like carved out of wood, and it was this big, heavy fucking sofa with these velvet cushions and shit like that. And that's why they had them in the plastic wrap at first. And then we were just like, yo, this shit is really uncomfortable. So they took the plastic wrap off. But the backboard and the armrests were like the hardest fucking wood you can ever imagine. And where the hand goes on the armrest, there was like a box, like a square box with a knob on top of it. Dude, I busted my eye open. Had like 9 stitches because Rocky 2 came on. I'm like, shit, Rocky and Apollo here.
Oh, so now you're living vicariously through Rocky and you knocked yourself out.
Dude, fucking a hole in my head. First of all, I missed Rocky 2, and I was like, oh, so mad. But dude, just blood everywhere. Like a fucking job as a kid. I was like 4 years old. Oh, what a nightmare. But yeah, dude, that furniture.
Holy shit.
And I don't know about your parents, man. I mean, like my parents, they were like not necessarily hippies, but hipsters. Like, oh, we fucking cool with the new shit that's out. And they had like beads and shag rugs and all this. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, 70s equaled the velvet and all that fucking beads and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all that gypsy look.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, you're 5 years older than me. So you remember the 70s. I remember the end of the 70s.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah. Well, if I didn't say it, the shirt would have said it all.
No, man. Don't be hating on the shirt, bro.
Dude, I loved it. That's when you came on, that was the first thing I fucking popped for. I was like, holy shit. Look at this shirt.
Anybody who's watching this, when we got on the air today, before we started recording, my main man looked over at me like, what the fuck? And he just lost his shit and started laughing. And that's why I didn't tell you about it. I didn't give you no heads up because, you know, the best way to do these shows, I love doing things organically. Don't discuss shit. Don't show shit. No fucking teasers. Just let it all out there live, bro.
Yeah, man.
Best way to do it.
Like the stories that we're telling, Joe, we've never discussed these stories before. This is the first time that we're hearing it. And the fact that, and maybe on both our ends, when we're telling the story, we're trying to tell from a serious nature because you're recalling the past. But then the other one is just completely dissecting it and fucking it up in ways that you had never thought of before. So it's just like,
absolutely. I got a doozy for you if you want to hear a good one.
Yeah, shoot. I love these stories. Fucking them
all right. No, this is a crazy true story. It just happened the other day. Now, I've been on the fence for the longest time to get the COVID vaccine. You know, not because I believe in conspiracy theories or anything like that. Old school mentality, like you just said, I'm 5 years older than you. So my mentality is if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
So, you know, I take meds, you know, I take all kinds of shit. And the thing is, the meds that I take, I know, you know, what the outcome could be. I know what the consequences are. My doctor checks for blood every 6 months, just make sure I'm good. But with the COVID vaccine, I was on the fence because, you know, there's no proven track record. I don't know if it's going to improve myself or make it worse down the line. So I was a little skeptical. But now with this variant, I'm like, you know what? Too many people are on ventilators, you know, just saying, I wish I would have taken the fucking vaccine. I shouldn't have done this. So I don't want to be a casualty. So I go to my pharmacy. You know, you're not going to believe this. Fuck, man. It's only me this can happen to. I'm just going to set the record straight. It's only me. I go to the pharmacy the other night, and I got there maybe a couple of minutes after 7. So there's 3 windows from left to right. So the first window on the right is where you go to pick up your meds, ask questions, whatever. So now there's 2 guys ahead of me. So the first guy, she makes him wait to the side. The second guy, he took so fucking long. He had like a McDonald's bag of drugs when he was done. It was like one of those big brown fucking, you know, grab bags. I was like, only because it's me. I'm next. So I got to wait forever for this fucking guy getting drugs for everybody in McDonald's with the bag. So he finally leaves. So I'm walking over. She's like, no. She makes that other guy come back. I'm like, okay. So now I'm hot already. So now the guy leaves. How can I help you? This is where it gets good. So I said, hi, good evening. You know, I'm here to find out about the COVID vaccine shot. You know, I'm interested in it, but I'd like to speak to someone, you know, prior to taking it. No problem. Please walk down to the first window on your left. I said, okay. So I'm walking past the middle and I'm going to the left, and she's following suit with me. The one I just spoke to 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I get to the left window. She says, hi, how can I help you?
Wait, the one you just spoke to?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I said the COVID-19. You sent me to the dementia line.
So wait a minute. So I'm like looking around thinking, okay, this has to be either a joke or there's someone I didn't see. So I'm thinking I'm on like fucking Impractical Jokers or I'm on Candid Camera or some shit.
Mhm.
So I looked, I said, what? She goes, hi, how can I help you?
Don't you
I
remember?
just spoke to you at the right window over there. She goes, yeah, but
That's
now I
me.
need to know what you need. I
I'm
said,
Todd.
I just told you. So I said it again, right? So the pharmacist that sits on that huge fucking podium, you know, the one that's trained to ignore you.
Right.
She said,
The
when she
gatekeeper.
gets off the phone, you can ask her about everything. I said, oh, okay, I have a question. I was over there not even 2 seconds ago. And I told you I was here about the COVID vaccine. I wanted to find some stuff out. Just a question, curiosity. Why couldn't you tell me to move down to this window here where I am now, and the lady on the phone, when she's off, will assist? Well, I had to follow you over there to see what you needed. I'm like, motherfucker, you just fucking told me. I told you what I needed at that other window. And I come home, I tell my wife, she's laughing hysterical. She's
We
like,
could
only
have
you,
saved
dude.
some time.
I'm
here,
like, yeah,
lady.
only me. It's just unreal. And then the best part,
she only
Go
had
ahead.
a cheat sheet over there for COVID answers. She's like, you know what?
was like-
let me answer that question over here, because over here I don't have none of the answers to the stuff that you want when it comes to that COVID shot. But over there,
yeah.
I'm a fucking wizard. So
And she walks over there, it treated me like she just met
that
me.
window
Hi, how can I
gives me the
help you?
power.
I was like, what? So then the lady gets off the phone and I talked to her and I said, you know, you have walk-in. She said, yeah. She says, but we stopped them at 7:00. I says, well, shit, I think I've been here for an hour because this lady over here took me on a world tour to all the telebooths. I was like, what the fuck? So I wound up scheduling it. Tomorrow I'm going for my first. July 30th, I go for the second. And, you know, you have to do what's best, not just for yourself in life, but for your family.
Yeah, man.
And whatever, man, I'm just going to do it. But I just cannot believe this woman. I had a full conversation with her, and 2 seconds later, we go down 2 windows. Hi, how can I help you?
Yo, by any chance, and please, I hope it's true. Was the person on the phone that lady too? She'd be like, oh, hold on, you have to go talk to the lady. And then she ran up there and got us some fucking thing on the throne.
That would have been
like,
comedic gold, dude. No, it was my
she's
God.
sitting up there and she's all winded because she had to run up the stairs real quick and get on her podium. It's like, yes.
If that would have happened, man, Brooklyn Zone would have cut such a fucking promo. You would have no idea, bro. It would have should have been one and done.
Like a West Indian with 18 jobs.
Yes. My friend,
I
give me
work
1
this
minute.
this window. I also work the podium.
Well, it's like a comedy show, like a sitcom. When you go to talk to someone who's the fucking waiter, and then the cook comes back, it's the same guy.
Mhm.
I want to speak to the manager. 1 second, they go back, and the same guy comes out as the fucking manager.
Yeah.
What they are? A little quick, wardrobe change.
Right.
I mean, she didn't even give me a wardrobe change. She just walked over and synced from right to left. Hi, how can I help you?
Yeah.
I was like, motherfucker, you just help. Man, I said, if you couldn't help me over there, how the fuck are you gonna help me here?
That's because she went from like Clark Kent to Superman. She had to change. And like that's not me. I'm not the same person. We may look familiar, but he wore glasses. I got the red cape. So like...
I'm telling you, and that's not that happened to me twice this week, bro. I went to my doctor for my checkup, and any question she asked me, I had to repeat it like 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, am I speaking Swahilian or some shit? I mean, what the fuck am I? Am I speaking not like a different language?
Maybe you should get your ears checked before you start taking patients.
I don't know, man. I gotta get something checked because I'm about to fucking burst because I couldn't believe what I experienced. Nobody was there at the pharmacy to see my conversation because the one on the podium, these pharmacists, I think part of their training in college when they get their degree is to learn how to just ignore people. Because anytime you go to a pharmacy, you got 2 people picking drugs, the other one's on the fucking podium, and you're standing there like a douchebag like this. And you could be blowing smoke signals, going like this with your fingers, and they're just like this. Like you're not even fucking there.
They're just riding out the clock, man.
It was unbelievable.
They just want to get the fuck out. They're counting
and I said
pills.
to the lady, I said, she followed me.
One for
and
you,
she asked me the same thing
one
twice.
For me.
Maybe she's experiencing with some of the drugs in the back and the fucking, where the shelves of the drugs are. Maybe she's taking them. I don't know. But
bro, it's funny you say that. I was at the doctor's. Was it yesterday or the day before? Maybe it might have been yesterday. I can't even remember. But I went for my checkup, right? And I tell the doctor, like, look, I haven't been here since before COVID, so I want to start from scratch, do some blood work, make sure, check all the boxes. So he goes, okay. He starts asking me a couple of questions, the basic shit, give him the basic answers. And he's like, okay. I'm like, okay, like how else does this conversation go? You're the fucking doctor.
Right, exactly. What's okay?
What are we talking about here, doc? What do you else you need to know? How do we start you checking me? Because I'm telling you, I'm giving you my amateur assessment. How about you give me a fucking professional assessment and check me the fuck out? Do the doctor shit that you get paid to do.
Right,
so
right.
He fucking goes, oh no, well, we don't do the blood here. You gotta go to Walmart. I'm like, I gotta go where? I'm like, yo, I'm not going to Walmart letting these dudes stab me up with a couple of needles and give their amateur opinion. That's why they work at Walmart. Nothing against people that work at Walmart, but let's be honest, you're there because you're lazy. You don't like using your fucking brain a little bit. So just like somebody throws real shit at you, you're like, you know what? I'd rather pack the bags and stock the shelves. I'm good. Again, just fucking around. Long story short, though, I'm at this fucking place and I'm like, why am I going to Walmart? He goes, oh, there's a Quest Diagnostic. I'm like, all right, fair enough. You know, that's a name brand. I can deal with that.
Yeah, I've been there.
He goes, oh, well, you want a prostate exam? I was like, what's that? He goes, well, I stick my finger in your ass. I'm like, he didn't say ass. He goes, I would have to stick my finger in your buttocks. And I'm like, Now, I remember that I had one of these before, bro. And the dude gets the glove. He's got like the large container of KY lube, and I'm like, oh,
Jesus
shit,
Christ, just wind me and dime me before you do that shit.
I'm legit about to get anal over here. The dude is lubing up his fucking finger, and he's going in my asshole, dude. And you hear quack, and like, oh, yo, the fucking sound is just, and I'm like, yo, dude, you went past the knuckle. That shit's not good. I'm like, what the fuck?
Ugh.
The worst is though, he goes, nope, you're good, and he pulls out, and then. It's the weirdest feeling because he pulls out of your ass with his finger, but your asshole is all wet. And you're like, oh, you're finished? He goes, here, would you like to clean up? I was like, dude, not in front of you. Not in front of you. No.
It's like, get out and leave the toilet paper.
I just, dude, like a rape victim, I just pulled up my fucking underwear and I was like,
and you volunteered for this shit.
Out of that office.
I mean, you didn't even have the guy give you a drink or take you out for dinner. You just fucking volunteered.
I was afraid he was going to be like, I need to stick another finger in for a second opinion.
Bro, you're a little loosey-goosey if you ask me. Jesus Christ, I don't know about that, man. You know, it's like that, like the old saying, at least kiss me before you fuck me. I mean, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, not the best. Anyway, so that was an old prostate exam. This time I was like, you know, I'm good because I got to go for a colonoscopy, which is even worse. That's what
I got to go too, man.
You haven't gone yet?
No.
Oh, my God.
Kind of procrastinating on that because I'm not in no rush for a guy to shove his shit up my ass.
Yeah, you know what?
Fucking antennas, video cameras, and that crap.
Yeah, my family has a history with cancer though, so I was like, they're like, yo, you should check it out. You know, polyps.
Better safe than sorry, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, fuck it. If it's gonna save my life, stick it in my ass. Okay.
Well, if you think you're worried about your life, I got something I can stick up your ass.
Listen, it's gonna save me. Put it up there. Listen, I know who I am. I know I'm good. I'm
just be careful what you wish for and how you ask.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe I put it in my ass.
Stick it in my ass. Yeah. Yes. Stick it in my ass might be the wrong term to tell a doctor. Just like,
yeah, just watch the wording.
He starts taking the gloves off. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, doc, why are both your hands on my shoulders? Like, come on, what the fuck you doing? Wait a minute.
I'm just getting a little comfortable. Don't worry about it. The anesthesia should take place any second now. You won't remember a thing. And as you come into, the guy getting his clothes on and shit, zippering up, you're like, what the fuck just happened here? You walk out like you got off a fucking horse. You're all bent over, all fucked up. You go to fucking fart. It's like a Niagara blast.
Oh. Dude, you know, you can go on YouTube and people have had they've done it like live on the news where somebody says, oh, because they're trying to promote men our age going for their colonoscopy. Like, you know, it saves lives. So they did a live colonoscopy on the air and they're sticking a camera up a guy's ass and the dude's awake looking like, so that's what's going on in my asshole. Like,
you got HD in there?
Very cool. So
let me ask you something. By you watching that, isn't that going to make you not want to do it more than want to do it? Because if I saw a video of a guy doing this shit, I'd be like, so that's what they do? Fuck that.
You're right. Maybe I'm loose in the head because I'm like, well, he don't look like he's in pain. So, and you're going to check and see if there's cancer in there? Yeah, fuck it. Give it a shot. Put it in my ass.
Okay, he doesn't look like he's in pain, but bro, you're not like, okay, he's not in pain. Sign me up. I mean, shit, make me the next one. I'll bring the Vaseline. We'll have a party. I mean, I'm not going to be gung-ho about it.
Once you go past the tip, it's just, Stick it in my
Oh,
ass.
the tip. I thought you said once you go past the tit. I thought you said. I was like, wait a minute. I thought we were talking down south. Now you're talking up north.
Yeah,
what's going on?
I don't want to be awake though. Like it's bad enough I had to be awake when the doc stuck his finger in my ass for the prostate exam. I don't want to be awake when they stick a camera.
Yeah, so where you from?
But maybe I should be awake because I don't want them taking the footage and then make it like an OnlyFans page on people's assholes. Right. And I'm like, no.
You see an HD camera up your asshole on TikTok and shit.
You want to see inside people's assholes in 4K? Come on. Like, yeah. Stay
tuned for 8K coming soon. You'll see it all. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't know, man. That's just the thought of that makes me like want to cringe.
You know, speaking of assholes, the other night I'm talking with my wife and we were like, yeah, man, I would quit my job tomorrow. If I had $10 million right now, I'd quit my job tomorrow. And I'm like, well, once the government starts figuring out the tax on that, really not $10 million anyway. She goes, nah, fuck that. I would hide the money in a safe. I would get a life-size, like almost a coffin, but like bigger, a safe, and put it under the bed and put it in there. And we started talking about, well, you know, somebody could always crack the combination. Somebody could always break that lock. And she's like, no. You like, you know, in the movies where they have like a thumbprint scan or retinal scan. I'm like, yeah. But, you know, they could always cut your hand off or rip your eyeball out. They've done it in all the movies. She goes, you make it an asshole scan. So the only way to get in there is to spread your cheeks and it scans the cigar burn between your cheeks. And I'm like, wait, what? She goes, yeah. So instead of doing all that shit, maybe you put your thumbprint, but then you got to take your pants off, spread your cheeks, let it scan your asshole. That's how you get inside the safe. And I'm like, so yeah, man, I don't know. Some wild conversations that go on at night.
Wait, denied. Hold on a second. Let me spread it some more. Denied. Wait a minute. Hang on. I got to get the other layer open. Okay. Approved.
You send that shit to the copyright office and be like, what is this? I'm like, oh, that's the blueprint for an asshole scanner.
And you'll see a bunch of people start fucking twerking on the fucking barcode to try to get a swipe.
Dude, it's fucking
shit,
insane.
Man.
Some stupid shit, man. Some stupid shit. But yeah, man, it's the end of the week. What do you got going on this weekend?
Well, let's see here. I mean, probably going to hang out, you know, maybe do some shit around the house, hang out with some neighbors. But I'll tell you real quick, I went outside today to get the mail. And as I'm walking back in, I hear some dude yelling, yeah, well, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So, you know, I'm turning around and I got the two fists ready to kick some ass. This is how you know you're getting old. My phone was open and it was Twitter. Matt Hardy was cutting a promo on someone saying he's going to fucking kick his ass. And I thought someone's talking to me.
You were responding to the voice in your pants.
Yeah, exactly. Because the way it was yelling, I was like, turn around and say, I'll fucking kick your. I thought I was going to start my week like that into a fight. So hopefully, thank God it was a fucking false alarm. But not much going on, bro. I mean, you know, probably just hang out local, you know, have a couple of Toddweisers and just, you know, enjoy life. You know, tomorrow the COVID shot, and hopefully throughout the weekend, I won't have too much of a, you know, an effect on it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, man. That's good, man.
That's why I figured I'd choose Friday, bro, so I could just rest up on the weekend, if anything.
Yeah, dude, my weekends are basically, like I work regular job during the week and I'm a slave to those people. But I feel like once I clock out, I'm a slave to everybody in this house and some close family and friends. Cause it's now like,
I can relate.
Now I'm on call. I got to sit there. I can't enjoy myself. I can't plan things because there's always something planned for me. I got to go somewhere. Yes. I got to be somewhere, or I got to be on deck waiting. Say, oh, yeah, Derek could do that. Huh? Okay. On my way. Here, I'm coming.
Just to fix it. Right.
I got to be my son's Uber. Hey, take me here. Drop me at the mall. Pick me up at this side. Take me to my friend's house. Like, get your fucking license.
And the best part is, the second you have the cold drink, the sandwich or whatever you have, and the second you sit down, hey, before you get comfortable, I need something. Never fails.
Yeah.
It's not when you're walking around for the last 20 minutes. As soon as you sit down, before you get comfortable, can you do this for me? Can you fix this? Can you take, you know, so-and-so here? Can you go there? I'm like, I was standing up for fucking 20 minutes. Now that I'm sitting down.
God forbid you say no. God forbid you say, nah. You do it. It's like, what?
Nah, bro, I want to eat that night, and I don't want to have to sleep with one eye open, if you know what I mean.
You got to try it at least once. At least once. Like, cancel that. Not happening. Negative,
Right,
chief.
right.
Yeah, not doing it. You.
Yeah, the best would be I can just say the one time I go like this. No,
Yeah.
not doing it. Sometimes I'll say, listen, can you give me a couple of minutes? You know, I want to finish up on whatever I'm doing. Yeah, no problem. But if you flat out say no, that's your fucking deathbed, bro. You know.
But you got to be subtle about it. You got to be
Yeah.
subtle about it because you can still get away with not doing it as long as you have valid reason. And you're going to stick to that reason. You're never going to break. And that way, now people know, well, fuck, he overthought this concept. All he had to do was say no. Now he overthought it. So you know what? I'm not even going to ask him next time.
And like, now hey, you can't say,
forget it.
You can't say on the next commercial either. You can't say that.
Right.
Because that's when they turn and say, that next commercial was 50 commercials ago.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What the fuck you doing? Let's go.
Listen, commercials coming to block. Anymore. I didn't tell you which commercial. This is the one I was looking for.
Right. On one of the ones in the future.
Yeah.
So you share my pain. You know what it's like.
Oh, dude, all the time. All the time, man. And I'm just like, oh. So like when it comes to weekends, it's just a matter that I don't have to get up early. And I don't have to deal with strangers. Like I can legit tell somebody on the weekend, go fuck yourself. No, I'm not doing it. Just like I can't do that at work. They're like, oh, really? Really? Let's go have this conversation in HR.
Let's go into the conference room. Yeah. Now, I have to get up early on the weekends too, bro, because I got the fucking dogs. Well, at least one of them I have to let them out. The other one, like I told you in the past, she's trained on the pee pads, whatever the fuck it's called. But you know, I get up early, still let the dogs out. But it's cool because on the weekends, a lot of the times, like my wife and I will go out for breakfast on a Saturday, you know, and then later on in the evening, maybe we'll go out for dinner the same night or maybe on a Sunday. So, you know, we try to do things on the weekend. You know, we go out, we do things here and there, you know, still play it safe, you know, with the social distancing, not get too crazy because, you know, the second they start opening shit up, people go nuts. You know, there's like advertisements at Madison Square Garden is going to have a wrestling event.
Like, defeated, war won.
Yeah, like, we're done. I guess I can take the mask off now and I can breathe all this shit in. We're good. No, you're not good. And I'll tell you right now, if someone gave me a ticket, whether it was a wrestling event, a concert, free, front row, it's yours. No, thanks. I'll pass. I'm good. Because when we go out to eat, you kind of control where you want to sit. Like, you know, the other day, we went to the diner for breakfast and we always ask for a booth. And we asked for the one in the far back because where that's located, really nobody can sit that close to you. Yeah. So that's like a safe haven. So you can pick and choose a little. But like concerts and wrestling events and whatever else, you know, bro, fuck that bullshit. You know, I mean, I got tickets in November to see my boy Sebastian. It was supposed to be, I think, March or April, but they keep postponing it. So it's now in November. And you know, I'm dying to go.
The comedian, Sebastian Macaroni. What's his name?
Maniscalco. Sebastian Ronzoni. No, so Sebastian Maniscalco. I mean, he's great and all, but I'm worried because, you know, by then I'll be fully vaccinated and I might still wear a mask because who knows how crowded it's going to be. Because he fucking sells everything out. So
I'll give you every tip that I could use because here's what happened. So Father's Day is coming up. I didn't know what to get my father. I had no fucking idea. So I'm like, let me go see when the Yankees are coming into town because I know that it's at half capacity. And then, so like all the good seats down below are, you know, they have some that are in pods with plastic, like whatever, fucking bulletproof glass, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
And then they'll only sell like other the social distance the pods themselves, but you're in a pod. It's almost like being in the hockey box where you're watching the game, but from this fucking scratched up glass. So I was like, well, that's not bad. And I could wear my mask. I'll be in a pod. My pod will be 6 feet from the next group of people. Say, fuck it, I'll do that. But the thing is that they weren't selling. Major League Baseball is only selling month to month. So like I couldn't get July's tickets until like the last 2 days in June. That's when they went on sale. So I was like, all right, fuck it. If I get one of those pods, I'll be good. And I saw they had pods behind home plate. I was like, oh shit, for $100 a seat. Yeah, I'll do that. Just the two of us and we'd be behind home plate in a pod. Cool. They fucking tickets go on sale. I go, boom, Yankees, fucking Tampa Bay Rays, right behind home plate, $100 a ticket. Boop, boop, boop. Sold. Got it. Then I started looking at the thing. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of tickets available. And I'm looking around. I'm like, damn, The whole stadium's available. I'm like,
oh,
damn. They're not fucking social distancing. They're at full capacity. There's no more pods. Now I'm sitting in Gen Pop.
You'd be sitting like this, man.
Yep.
With a fucking can of Lysol. Get the fuck out of here.
20,000 people sold out with the Yankees. No pods. And I'm like, and I was planning on wearing my mask anyway. I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? I just bought the tickets.
Right. You know, let me ask you, man. I mean, I'm happy that things are getting back to normal, but don't you think it should be a little slower, little by little, and not do this crazy explosion all at once? Because you're just fucking hurting. You're looking for pain, man. You're looking to fuck shit up, and people are gonna have all kinds of relapses, and you don't know who's vaccinated, who's not. Yeah. And I'm all for like getting things back to normal, but on a slower scale. If you got a place that seats 20,000, okay, maybe 5,000. I mean, start it off a little, maybe 10,000 eventually, no more than 15. But if it holds 20, I don't see having 20 people there making any sense. Yeah. To me, that's dangerous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. I'm considering not going. I'm considering selling because they're right behind home plate. Maybe I put them on StubHub and get double the price for it. But yeah, I was.
Well, find out. Maybe you can bring plexiglass with you, and you could just sit like this and sit up in your seat, so people can knock and say, "No,
fucking bubble wrap and
yeah." Popcorn guy, throw it over the boards. Yeah. I'm good.
I'll be in the parking lot with a can of Lysol.
Exactly. Fucking spraying from head to fucking toe.
Off spray. Oh my god.
Mask here, mask even in the back of your head to protect your neck.
It'd be crazy.
I mean, in this day and age, I don't trust nothing, man.
I got to go in there dressed as a stormtrooper not to catch anything.
Exactly. Be like Darth Vader and shit. I need a beer.
Yankees.
Is your name Luke? I want my popcorn.
Fuck, man. But yeah, I'm paranoid. I don't want to be in public. I don't want to do any of that shit. But I see people doing it all day long, and I'm upset because you don't get this time in your life back. You don't, like, God doesn't say, oh, that year and a half, my bad. Here's a coupon. Here's 50% off the next one. I'm just like, here's a lottery ticket.
2 for 1 at Arby's tomorrow. You're good.
You toughed it out. None of that shit, right? So I'm just like, I want to fucking live life too, and they seem to come back all right. But
yeah,
I'm
all
paranoid,
do, man. But
dude, I go out and I'm wearing a mask. I look like a goddamn ninja. Dude. So I just started going to the gym, right? Went back to the gym because there's one in the community. So I started there because I don't want to go to a big one, but a lot of people going. I'm the only one in there with a hoodie and a fucking mask on. And I'm working out and I can't breathe. I'm lifting weights. I'm on bench pressing, doing all this shit with a fucking mask. And I was like,
that surprises me, dude. I mean, you of all people, like, you're so cautious about this. Like the gyms to begin with, even before the pandemic, you get these slobs. They work out on the machine. They don't fucking wipe it down. Oh, they're sweating. Their fucking shit's there. So now you have to have a couple of towels, one for yourself and one to clean up someone else's mess. And God forbid you fucking cross those things, then you're definitely going to get sick.
That's so, dude, I walk around. I bring my own Fabuloso, 99% germ killer, and I'm spraying everything down. I have a terry cloth towel. But, dude, honestly, it's not worth it. I've been there twice. I'm like, I think
and it's hard to lift with a mask. Fuck that.
Lifting with the mask, having to carry like a janitor's belt around my waist. You would think it's a weightlifting belt. Like, nah, that's where my Fabuloso, my towels, my handy wipes and shit go.
And I got my cleaning kit. It's my utility belt.
Like, dude, I go out there like in a hazmat suit, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'll figure it out. I'll do it. I'll do like Rocky did in Rocky 4. I'll get like boulders. I'll put rocks in a laundry bag, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, when he was in Russia, he had all the all that crazy shit. And a little quick side note, that was actually filmed in Switzerland.
Was it?
Rocky 4.
I wouldn't know the difference. You could have told me that was filmed in fucking New Jersey, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I know. Crazy shit, man. Mother Russia was Switzerland.
Yo,
he had all that homemade shit, man. The DIY crap going.
There's a director's cut coming out in November.
Yeah, Rocky 4, man. It's coming out. See, dude, now that I'll wrap myself like a fucking turban. I'll go see it because something like that I want to watch in the theater.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I'm so excited for that.
Drive my DeLorean there. Go back in time.
Drive your DeLorean.
Man, I wish I had one of those fucking things. Those cars are awesome, man.
Dude, I know if you could find one at a reasonable price on the market, you'd be like, yo, Steph, guess what? We're upgrading.
Yeah, remember that little fucking, little nest egg we had in the bank?
Yeah.
Well, it's parked out front, and she'll be like, you better fucking program that shit for the pass and return that fucking shit. That'd be the end of that.
Steph ain't taking that shit no more.
And you ain't gonna be able to
like,
back,
oh, really?
if you get rid of that car. So you'll be
Watch
walking
this,
back
Todd.
to the future.
She starts breaking your cases with your wrestling replica belts. Like, you want to buy fucking
God
Follies?
forbid, man. It's like cutting off the jugular, man. Shit. Don't
She
do
starts
that.
setting all your AEW shirts on fire.
AEW, WWE, you name it. Shout out to Pro Wrestling Tees. Every month I get 2 of them.
Yeah, man, send us some money.
I need another fucking closet. Yeah, PWT, send some money to Brooklyn's own Toddy D. I wear your shit every fucking day.
Yeah, man.
And I get 2 shirts a month from your fucking company. Do right by Toddy D.
Yeah,
Please.
man. We over here giving you the shill. So
exactly.
Send us like
you do right by me. I'll get one of the Pro Wrestling crates on the floor and I'll show it on camera next.
We'll wear your gimmicks. Todd will put your banners up on the back of his fucking deal back there.
It's funny. Speaking of that, man, you're gonna get a good laugh. And not that I'm giving a plug to them, but it made me feel like they were talking about us. I swear to God, you got to hear this. I was watching the latest episode of Pete and Sebastian, episode 466. I don't know if you saw it, but in the very beginning of the fucking podcast, Pete's got that brown backdrop. And usually Sebastian is in his movie theater, but he's got a white background. Yeah. So Pete goes, "Oh, bro, different background. Where are you today?" He goes, "We had air conditioning problems in the theater, so I'm in one of the bedrooms." He goes, "Bro, it's all good. We don't use no fancy stuff. We don't need no fancy background with our podcast in the background or some other nice, pretty looking background of a scenery." He says,
"Oh, you think they're talking about us?"
Yeah. So he goes, "We don't need that shit, bro, because we're funny. We keep it going. We don't need nothing fancy for a backdrop." And I'm like,
watch, next week they're gonna start the podcast. They're gonna be like, I wear my Cash shirt. I don't need to be sitting here wearing no Hawaiian shirt with a wrestling t-shirt underneath.
What a fucking retarded motorcycle going across the fucker. And then the other one's gonna say, "Yeah, and other people think they're fucking perfect. Fuck them." And we're gonna be like, "Whoa. If you're gonna fucking insult
you taking shots, motherfucker? It's on? All right."
Listen, Pete, Sebastian, escape from Brooklyn, bro. If you're gonna insult us, please use the name Brooklyn's own Toddy D, DieHard Derek. Don't forget about it. Come on. Make sure you do it right if you're gonna insult us. But bro, kind of hit close to home. I really thought they were talking about us.
Well, dude, hey, wow. You never know. They might be scouting talent. They see a beautiful guy like you. They're like, "Hey, dude, come over here." But the only thing
if they see a beautiful guy like me, they better get a new prescription for their fucking eyes. I don't know about that.
Like, "Hey, Toddy, I'm Dr. Sebastian. If you want to make it in count, we gotta stick it in your ass."
Well, I'm about to say he'll do that for you since you're the one who fucking volunteered for the fucking.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I want fame that bad.
5-finger discount up the old fucking wazoo there, bro. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 4, Escape from Brooklyn. I am DieHard Derek. That is Brooklyn's own Toddy D. It's another week, and we'll be back next week.
That's a wrap, brother.
We'll be back sometime, man. We're out of here.
We'll be here, bro.